I got called a Kardashian of F1. Harry is a historian. Not only like he's a proper fan, like there's certain people that will keep us in check. Alpine, I'm just saying this to you in particular. We have rode with you through your Primark days, so please don't forget us when you get to the Gucci days.
Yeah, I think this is one of the craziest seasons I've ever experienced.
This season could be the season for Lewis to break the record to become all-time GOAT.
I think so, yes. Max to Mercedes. That's my hot take.
Lewis Hamilton is officially back. Do you agree? Hello and welcome to another episode of Off Track, brought to you by Velo. I'm Andre Dixon, here once again with my family, my brother-in-arms. I've missed him. How are you, Seb?
I've missed you, brother. Yeah, I'm good. I've got a little colonoscopy tomorrow, so I've not been able to eat today.
Oh,
so if I start
flagging,
if I start flagging a bit, then you might have to call me on the old pit board. So, but no, I'm going to stay strong today. I'm fine.
I've missed you, Bo.
I know, but it feels like it's been ages.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We've been in the same countries, but not being able to be near each other.
No, I know. We were both at Le
partying.
Mans. That was the last one.
Yeah, and then we had Le Mans was the last one.
Yeah.
And then Seb was way over having a ball in time. And then I was putting in some graphs. So for those who've seen my socials, you know I was all over the parade. I was all over the track, and Seb was just balling and having fun.
I was just having a great time. That was my third Le Mans. And I know we're not here to talk about Le Mans, but that was my third one. And honestly, every single time is like a surprise again. It's like, wow, like I'm here.
I've got to catch up now.
You get a lot for your money, put it that way.
Yeah, mate, honestly, it's if you haven't been before, please make sure you go. Check mine and Seb's socials so you can see our experience of Le Mans. It was magnifique.
Fantastic.
Right, we have brought in a big gun because Sam is on an assignment elsewhere. So, you know what? There's big shoes to fill, a big chair to fill.
Yeah.
So, we've got in my friend, pal, buddy, amigo, Harry Barron. Thank you for joining us.
How you doing, guys?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's an honour to have you here, brother.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I met you at the first time at the Benetton event.
Yeah.
That was where we first met.
Yeah.
That was the first interaction we really had as well.
Well, you know what? Harry is a historian. Not only like he's a proper fan, like there's certain people that will keep us in check in the history of F1. Now, I am going to test his knowledge.
Jeez,
and test his theories.
You're putting pressure on me straight away.
Yeah, oh, God,
I've been sat down for 2 minutes, guys.
Oh, the keyboard warriors are going to be ready
God.
for you.
Yeah,
let's see what he really knows.
Be like, he's a fake fan. Straight away.
You can't get any worse than him, to be fair. So don't worry about that.
I got called a Kardashian of F1.
He gets a hard time.
Like, before.
Bro, that's a compliment these days.
Yeah,
that's
actually, you know what? I'm going to take it. Thank you.
I've actually got a question for you to kick it off real quick.
Yeah.
What is the thing that makes you tick in F1? Like, why are you an F1 fan?
Just everything about it, to be honest with you. I mean, we've spoke about my first memory, which was Damon Hill against Michael Schumacher in 94. My dad was a huge F1 fan.
Yeah.
So I just sort of grew up with it. In the early 90s, the company that my dad worked for at the time sponsored Mark Blundell, who raced for Tyrrell, he raced for Ligier, then raced for McLaren, and then he went over to IndyCar in the States. So, and we got to go out to see him race in IndyCar, which was really cool. So I've just loved everything to do with F1 since I was basically born. So, yeah.
Do you have an allegiance, a team that you root for?
I mean, obviously it's Lewis and Ferrari. I mean, I've followed Lewis since he came into the sport. I grew up in Hertfordshire, and Lewis is from Hertfordshire. So as soon as he went into McLaren in 07, I was like, this is my guy. So since then, I've followed him. It's not just the fact that he's won races and the most successful of all time. It's the fact that he came from the same place that I grew up from, pretty much. And when he was at McLaren in 07, I was like, yeah, this is my guy. So,
but fear not, Max fans, because, you know, Harry is not just a Lewis fan. He also likes Max. So just relax.
Yeah, there we go.
Keyboard down.
So you're like me in this case.
I'm more of a, I guess, I've always appreciated his talent. Like, even in 21, I was like, he's a fantastic driver, right? You can tell he's just got that natural gift, which only very few drivers have ever had, in my opinion. And I'd always appreciated that. Obviously, when it was him against Lewis, I would obviously back Lewis to the end of the earth, right? But now I can really appreciate Max and see that he probably is the most talented driver that's on the grid currently. So yeah.
Well, you see, now you're going to have the Lewis fans coming at you. It is very much Drake and Kendrick Lamar when it comes to Max and Lewis fans, as we know.
Yeah,
but I'm going to put you in the spot later on so they can come for you the way they've been coming for us.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
They can come at me. Let's see.
I've never actually had an allegiance to just one particular driver. Never. I just like to see good race. I want to see a driver like have a hard race, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. It's just with Lewis, it's just one of those people that I have just followed from when I was very young and was drawn towards. And before Lewis came into the sport, I mean, I liked Alonso, I liked Raikkonen, Hakkinen, who I really liked in the sort of late 90s when he was up against Schumacher. I was always backing Hakkinen. So, yeah.
And gang, for those who are obviously fellow historians, we were lucky enough to be able to speak to Mika Hakkinen, who was amazing, and it was a very surreal experience, for someone like me to be able to speak to a double world champion. So obviously look out for that episode. It's definitely on. If it's not on now, it will be on very soon. But you should be able to check it out anyway, because you love us and we love you. So we're gonna give you the good stuff. So as we're on the subject of McLaren drivers, ex-McLaren drivers. And obviously, you're one of your favourite drivers. Let's talk about Lewis Hamilton, Barcelona. I know we're a little bit late to the party on this because we've been busy travelling around the world.
Yeah.
But you know what? The buzz is still carrying on because obviously there was no race last weekend. So we've got a race coming up now in Austria. Lewis Hamilton is officially back. Do you agree?
I mean, Kim Kardashian agrees, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Those memes that I saw of her being like, I can bring anything back. I was like,
oh my God, she did.
Yeah, you did. I think the championship's on. I think if Ferrari, I mean, the upgrades that they brought to Barcelona were obviously insane. The car's agreeing with Lewis this year. He's got a new race engineer, which they're clearly gelling a lot better. So I think if Ferrari bring the end, because I think they've got an engine upgrade for this weekend as well. So I think if they bring the engine upgrade, I think they are definitely going to be on par. And with Lewis, when he smells like just a little bit of blood, when he can feel that win, he will go and get it. So I think George and Kimi have got to really look over their shoulders on this one for sure.
Are you excited about this? Because you actually called it, because you said about the upgrades.
Yeah,
I did say it.
Yeah, but Hamilton, he's completely transformed that Ferrari. So since the middle of last season, he's been asking Ferrari to change the brakes. So Ferrari have always had Brembo brakes.
Yep.
From, it's been like for a whole decade now, I think. Yeah. And I feel for Leclerc because I think that's all he's ever experienced is the Brembo brakes. Lewis Hamilton experienced the carbon. What is it? Carbon. Who's the company? Do you remember?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Carbon, whatever they're called, and he came to Ferrari and started. He was like, "No, we need to go back to the brakes that I'm used to because these brakes are not very good." So I don't know how that swung with Ferrari and Brembo. I don't know if that kind of ruined their relationship together.
But the thing is that like on that, like we could say he's back because obviously last year wasn't what we wanted to see from someone of his stature.
Yeah.
So this year, where he's been like, okay, he started off as shout out to the fan who shouted out, remember who you are, Lewis, because that stuck with him.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was such a nice moment. It was just almost like someone shouting to Rocky.
Come on, Rocky! I didn't know what he was going to say at first. I was like, oh, what's he going to say? He was like, remember who you are. I think he was like having a pop.
Yeah. But that's the thing about like his fandom, which obviously I'm going to come into that. But the changes he's made, obviously with the brakes, choosing a new racing, analyst or engineer. These are things that aren't normally done. Obviously, not using the simulator. So like those things, those changes he's made are quite drastic. And if it went wrong, then obviously he'll be out.
I think they're clearly making the difference though, because I mean you see Lewis's results this season. What was it? 4th in Australia, 3rd in China. Then he had a couple of, I think it was like 6th places, and then bang, he's back on the podium. Canada, bang, he's on the podium in Monaco, 2nd places both times, and now he's won finally on that top step. That's when Ferrari.
That's when the brakes got changed.
Yeah.
So Carbon Industry.
Carbon Industry.
I just looked it up there. Carbon Industry brakes.
So, sorry, they changed them before the race in Canada, was it? Or was it from
I
the start of
think
the season?
No. So I think it was Canada.
Okay.
What was the first race of the season again?
Australia.
No, it was definitely. It was
They
a
changed it.
drastic
He made the change.
He made the
Yeah,
change,
yeah.
but you could see exactly when they made it because that's exactly when Hamilton started doing well.
Picking up. Yeah.
But Leclerc only just got Carbon Industry brakes for Barcelona. So I was expecting big things from Leclerc, but he just didn't. What actually happened? His power steering.
Well,
he's
yeah,
failed.
we're
I
definitely
think
talking
he
about
went-
him. We've got
Yeah,
a little,
Charles
yeah.
just
got a
went
little
in-
piece.
Charles is, I think, in terms of one lap pace, he's probably one of the quickest
think
drivers,
so.
if not quickest, in
Yeah.
qualifying spec. But he's so on the edge. He's so on the edge each time, and he's almost overdriving that Ferrari. And you see when he went into the turn, he just had too much speed on entry, which kicked the back out, and he's in the wall, unfortunately. So.
But
Yeah.
you know what I noticed as well, like obviously we're definitely going to about Charles, but what I noticed is the fanfare, the reaction from everyone. It almost seemed like everyone, including other drivers, including my bro Lando, everyone seemed really, really, maybe Georgia not so much, but everyone was happy.
Everyone was happy, yeah.
You know, so tell me like what was your experience of seeing it on social media? Because I know it was all over mine.
Sorry, of Lewis winning.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the biggest thing to have happened in F1 this year. Of course it is. It's not just Lewis Hamilton winning. It's Lewis Hamilton winning with Ferrari.
Yeah.
And no one's won with Ferrari since Carlos Sainz in Mexico. That was the last win that they had. So there's been a long period of time. And just him back on the top step, I think any racing fan can appreciate that. So I think it was really nice to see, and seeing the drivers have that appreciation, seeing Lewis on the top step in red. I think it was just
Everyone came over to it, didn't they?
It was great. It was good to see.
I didn't know I needed a Hamilton win until he did it. I don't know, but genuinely, it was like I didn't realize.
You got a Ferrari hat on, bro.
Yeah, I
Come
love
on.
Ferrari. Well, the thing is, we love Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
I've always been a Ferrari fan. I think every kid or everyone's been a Ferrari fan at one
Even
point.
if you're not a Ferrari fan.
You're a
Even if
Ferrari
you're
fan.
not, if Ferrari were to ever,
Sebastian Vettel, famously.
yeah. No, everybody loves Ferrari, like without a doubt. But I didn't realize how much a Hamilton win would be like so special. Like it was emotional when he won, and I was like, oh man, like hopefully he's back.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's back. I want to see him definitely win more races, but is a Hamilton championship possible, I guess?
This is what I want.
This
This is what I
is
was
it.
definitely going to ask you. Like, so yes, we're going to discuss this, and I know it's early days, but I want people to be able to like dream. We can talk about other things and
Yeah.
just allow a little joy in your heart when we talk about. Is there a possibility that this season could be the season for Lewis to break the record to become all-time GOAT?
I think so, yes.
You think
I
this
really do.
season?
I think so. I think if Ferrari, they've clearly brought the aerodynamic upgrade that agrees with the car.
Yeah.
Lewis won last time out in Barcelona,
Yeah.
so obviously those upgrades are working. They've now got an engine upgrade due for Austria, so
And the brakes.
and the brakes as well. So I think if Lewis gets a good result in Austria,
Yep.
I think the championship is on. I really do.
Because
I don't see why it
you
wouldn't
don't
be.
have to keep. You don't have to win.
You just need to be
You just need
consistent.
to.
And
I mean,
Hamilton is
definitely
consistent.
people got to
Yeah.
learn from last season with Max.
Yeah.
You know, like Lando and Oscar were way ahead.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, of
you know,
course.
and people weren't even talking about Max, and then Max just chipped away, and then he started to get wins, and then the pressure was on, and obviously Max could have won.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. And
this
that's
is
what-
the same situation.
Yeah, and that's what Lewis does. He's very similar to Max in that sense that when he can smell just the tiniest chance of a victory or a podium, he's going to go after it and he's going to get it. So I firmly believe if Ferrari get the engine upgrade right, I think championship is on.
Would you put him? Would you guys? Because you seem to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Would you put him as a favourite, even though Kimi's 40 points ahead?
Yeah.
But remember, there's an inexperience. I'm not going to feed you this, but I just wanted to see what you think.
Go on.
Would you put now Lewis as a joint favourite, or still underdog because Kimi in the car?
I still think he's the underdog. I think he's definitely got it in him, and Ferrari have definitely got it in them if they get it right. But Mercedes clearly have the quickest car. If Max or Lewis were at Mercedes right now, it'd be championship over without a shadow of a doubt. You've got George, who's underperforming. You've got Kimi, who's on the form of his life. But it's the first time he's ever going to be fighting for a world championship. When you're fighting for a world championship, the pressure's like nothing else. So it's whether he's going to handle it. He's a young guy. He's clearly very quick. Yeah. But when you're up against Lewis Hamilton, a winning Lewis Hamilton.
So have you put your mortgage on it?
I don't. No. No, I agree with what you're saying. I think
the brakes.
I think this is one of the craziest seasons I've ever experienced personally. We've got McLaren they're doing pretty well now, and at the start of the season you would have written them off. They were a write-off at the start. They're now doing it incredibly well. Lando got a podium again.
Can we just point that out, people? Let that rest a little bit. But carry on,
no. So Lando got the podium again, and I like to see Lando do well. To be fair, I love to see the McLarens do well. I like to see Lando do well. He's British also. You've got now Hamilton with Ferrari winning a race, and he's doing pretty consistent this season also. Kimi, he's having a blinder. It's incredible to see, and. You've got Max Verstappen getting the odd result also, I think this is such a close season. I think every weekend you could see a different winner. Yeah. I can't bet on who's going to win anymore.
There's only been one team winning it until now.
I know. Exactly. But I think now it's all starting to shift with all these upgrades.
Do you think that it's now moving on because obviously people
are getting used to the car now, and at the start it was all battery issues and power units, everything like that. And I think now the drivers and the teams are getting used to everything. They know what the manual says now. So that it's a level playing field, which I'm glad to see, but I would not like to bet on any of this. I'm
betting on Hamilton.
You're going to bet? Right, sorry, just to be clear, right? So Mercedes have won every race. George has won one, and Kimi has just blitzed the rest of them.
Yeah.
And then obviously Lewis has just won the last one.
Yeah.
So based off, I am with you on this bandwagon, and I would love nothing more than for this to happen.
I think it's more hope than anything. I desperately want to see it more than anything.
Yeah.
I think realistically, if I was a betting man, I'd probably put it on George or Kimi realistically. Right. But let's see.
You still think George over Lewis?
I think.
In order, who do you reckon? Just so I can put you on the spot.
Thing right now, I don't think you can say. I think we need to see what happens over the next 2 or 3 races and where Ferrari are, and if that engine upgrade is going to be as good as people are saying it is, and let's see how consistent Lewis is going to be with it. I think right now it'd be silly to bet against Mercedes. I think it would, but my heart is telling me, come on, Lewis and Ferrari, man. So
the thing is, but Mercedes have been caught out with a few of their loophole things that they had at the start of the season. So they had the active aero, the active wing, which would take us slightly longer than the rest to come back up again. It was like 2 parts. And their engines.
Yeah. Well, just now.
Yeah, their engines. So they've now been caught out. I think it was the data was reading differently from a cold engine to a hot engine, which is very smart.
So I'm going to put you guys as the position of team principal. You are Fred Vasseur. So do we start now? Because obviously there's momentum with Lewis. Lewis has a very good chance of again, competing to win, if not winning the whole thing due to experience and being a better driver, being honest. Would you start calling team orders?
I think it's too early in the season to start calling that right now. I think if things continue the way they are on the same trajectory, I think that it'd be silly not to call team orders. Ferrari haven't won a Drivers' World Championship since 2007, so it would be silly not to. But I think, again, we're probably going to have to get a bit further down the line, the next sort of 3 or 4 races, see where things are at, and then potentially call team orders. I don't think they would do it at this stage, and I don't think they should.
Yeah, I also think Leclerc's too much of a smart driver for any of that stuff. I don't think Leclerc, I don't see him as a better driver. I don't think at the moment he's not in a position to say, but this could be my championship too. I don't think it.
Do you think do you think that there's no chance at all?
I'm never going to say there's never a chance, but I think it's way too difficult now. He's really got to just blitz the rest of it, and his track record so far with the last couple of races, been in it in Monaco and then now Barcelona, it's I don't know. But Hamilton's on a streak right now. But like you said, there shouldn't be any team orders right now. I don't think they would do it. I don't think they need it. They're both drivers that know what they're doing.
But isn't there, just for argument's sake, isn't there a thought where that Mercedes beast is very strong, So therefore, if you've got one informed driver, one that's the all-time
Mercedes?
No, Lewis. So if you've
Okay,
if you're Ferrari and you've got Lewis Hamilton, who is very equipped and able to win the championship and has been there, done it, worn a t-shirt, surely there should be a word in conversation of like, listen, Charles, you may have to be able to, if things don't move in the right direction for you pretty soon.
I think he knows that. I don't think a conversation would need to be had. I think Charles knows that the form that he's on right now isn't that great, and I think he knows he's going to have to pick it up, or otherwise they will give Hamilton priority. And I don't think he would. Obviously, he'd be a bit disheartened by it, but I think he'd have to be like, yeah, fair enough. Like that is what it is.
Yeah,
but
he's showing pace though. Leclerc is showing pace. He's just had bad luck.
I think it's been driver error more than bad luck.
But Monaco,
what is going on with him? That's the next thing is.
I wouldn't blame him for Monaco. And the power steering failing, that's not him either.
I think there's been just too many occasions where he's had these type of crashes when he over pushes the car. I mean, you look at since he started driving for Ferrari, for example. I mean, he binned it in the 22 season when he was leading the championship by how many points at Paul Ricard. He binned it once in Baku. There's been several times where he's done it in Monaco. I just think that I love him as a driver. I think he's fantastic. I think he's one of the best drivers on the grid.
Yeah.
But there's just such a fine line with him I think he just overdrives the car sometimes when it's probably quite not as fast as the car needs to be. And he pushes that, instead of being at 99, 98%, he goes to about 105, 110% sometimes and just overdrives the car. And I think that's where the mistakes come from.
Yeah, that to me sounds like a driver that's not happy with his car in the first place, because you're not overdriving a car that you love. So he's obviously struggling with the car. The brakes could be one of them.
Yeah,
sure.
He switched to the same brakes as Lewis.
Yeah, so and the thing is, the car, funnily enough, the quickest way to be quick around the track is with good brakes. If your brakes aren't there, you lose confidence in the whole car. High speed, low speed, you just lose complete confidence. So you start overdriving because you're trying to look for something that just isn't there. And then you look at your telemetry, you look at your data, the time's not there, you don't know why, and you just think you're a shit driver. That's just how it is. So then you start to overdrive because you're trying to look for time somewhere. But the time could be all in the brakes, and his confidence could be all in the brakes. Brakes are the most important thing in the car.
Well,
More important than throttle.
When we was in Monaco, obviously news broke that he signed this new, pretty much lifetime deal.
Yeah.
Obviously they haven't given an exact thing, but I'm assuming it's like, way more money and way more time. So therefore he is Ferrari's future. Lewis may be the present. But do you feel isolated just on Charles Leclerc? Now, I believe he can, but do you guys believe that he can bring home a championship on his own?
Yeah,
I would love to see so, and yes, I think he could. I think he's one of the most talented drivers on the grid. I think over one lap, he's probably the quickest on his day, but he needs the car underneath him in order to do it. And look, Charles Leclerc is Ferrari's golden boy, right? He's the Monegasque. He is their golden child, and I think it would be really nice to see him win a championship with Ferrari, and I hope he does. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I just think I think Carlos Sainz said it in an interview at the weekend there, that now more than ever it's obvious how much the car is of a serious importance to bring a talented driver results. And I think anyone on that grid has the ability to win a championship if the car's there. So, because they're all F1 drivers, they're all arguably equally as good as each other. That's why they're there.
Yeah, but do you feel that, just again on the other side of the table, it's like everyone needs a fast car or the fastest car to be able to win a championship. You need that. So Kimi Antonelli has that.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you had Max Verstappen last year didn't have the best car, but that man got results.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's one of the only drivers I've seen that way.
This season as well, he's still. It's not like you're not looking out for where he is. Max has obviously had a disappointing end to the race in Monaco, but he was second, and who knows what could happen there.
Yeah.
So with Charles, it's not that there are some people that write. When I see the vast amount of comments, that there's always an excuse. I think that he's talented enough, and I think they're right to back him. But obviously now things have been, with Lewis, it's become a bit more complicated because Lewis was supposed to be maybe ending his career with Ferrari. Maybe it would just be like the nice salute, golden goodbye for
That'd be sad.
You know,
I'll cry.
now this man,
I tell you what, when Lewis does
staying.
retires, I'll definitely cry. But
Yeah, I'll cry.
I mean, yeah,
he doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere anytime soon.
he's got a good few more
I
years
hope
left
not.
in him, and
Yeah.
I think Ollie Behrman's probably sat there in Haas right now, just thinking, "Oh
Yeah,
my
shit.
god, like
God
an
damn it.
on-form Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
like the amount of money and backing that he brings for Ferrari." I mean, I think I saw something on Instagram the other day with Lewis Hamilton winning the race. Their stock went up by like 2.5 billion. Like,
Jesus.
So they're not
going
looking
to get rid of him.
They're not going to get rid of him
No.
anytime soon.
Exactly.
He's definitely back. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, that remains to be seen if he can win the championship. But I obviously every now race is pivotal for you to get first or second for sure, so
Exactly.
you can chip away at that lead.
Yeah.
Mercedes, they had problems.
George had a smile on his face at the end of the race.
Well, do you think that? Like, so
Yeah.
obviously, for those who, just to recap, obviously there was a battle between those two.
Yeah.
I think Kimi Antonelli made his point, of taking George.
Did you see the overtake?
He overtook
Wow.
it. That was a really good
What
one.
an overtake.
And obviously he had engine problems. Same thing that George had the last time. So he couldn't finish the race. There's an issue there because there's a school of thought that if those two keep on battling it out, they are leaving the door open to Lewis. So I ask you this: should now, because obviously of all people, Toto knows Lewis's capabilities.
Yeah.
Should Toto start putting together their own papaya rules?
I wouldn't have even said just with Lewis, by the way. This is McLaren as well, are in the mix. I honestly think they're going to keep chipping away at this.
I wouldn't put. I understand what you're saying. I wouldn't put McLaren as it stands right now, unless there's one hell of a comeback.
Yeah. Well, there has been. They went at the back.
They
Now
could
they're
be like
brilliant.
constructors. Maybe there's. But I'm talking about like drivers' championship now. Like, should Toto be like, oh, you know what, George, Kimi's the one who can win this. Same thing I was saying with Ferrari. Same thing I'm saying now with Mercedes. Should Toto say to George, you're gonna have to step back?
Not yet.
I think it's too early. I think it's too early in the season. I think if we're sort of 9-10 races in and there's still the same disparity, then they're going to have to give preferential.
But you can't
treatment to
wait
Kimi.
that long. So
I think
that,
you can. It's a long season, and they do have the fastest car. If Lewis is on form and let's say wins in Austria, and then say wins the next race after that, then I think maybe they will have to give Kimi priority because he then really will be in the championship fight. So I think it's too early right now, but I think if Lewis keeps getting the results and Kimi keeps being above George or keeps beating George, then they would be silly not to have some sort of rules to give Kimi preferential treatment. That's my opinion.
When would you, if you had to call a race, so let's say, for argument's sake, Lewis wins the next race, Kimi comes second, because he can't DNF, that's just not an option. But then what race would you be looking at calling orders or having a conversation with George?
Yeah.
If you had to.
I don't think Toto or the drivers are as stupid as you think in that sense. I think there's already been a discussion for sure.
Yeah.
Because at the start of everything, it's like, right, if you're battling each other, do not be stupid. These drivers know that, right? George doesn't want to DNF. Kimi doesn't want to DNF. So I think there's already been that discussion of if you're battling, concede. Don't make it too difficult. And then whoever's the quickest driver holds the place, which is like, that is just fair enough. I think when it starts getting to the nitty gritty, that you're probably going to be seeing it. It depends on the maths,
Right.
If it's like the last 4 races season, if it's neck and neck, and Kimi is ahead of George, I think it'd be stupid for Toto to not say to George, right, you hang back, mate. Like, let Kimi race.
As a driver, that's got to be the most.
It is.
Well, how do you think he'll feel about that? Like, if
No,
right
but
now,
I'm saying
think-
if George has no chance of winning the championship and Kimi's there.
Yeah, I think that then you have to be the number 2 driver. But I think right now George is probably a bit beside himself as well, because this season was meant to be his season. They've got the fastest car, and he's been waiting for it since his Williams days, basically. And he's now finally got a car to win, and he's getting beaten by a teenager. Like Kimi's been at Mercedes. It's only his second season at Mercedes. And George is having to watch that, and he's beating him on merit.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
because he beat him. He took him.
Yes, there's been George had the DNF in Canada, but Kimi was on his pace. Kimi could well have beaten him in Canada. I know Kimi got lucky in Japan with the safety car.
Yeah,
but I think he's.
Thank you for saying that, because Aldas. You know what you were saying, Aldas. Aldas was still thinking that George was going to win that race, and I disagree. I know George was on skates at that point
in Japan. Suzuka. I actually think Piastri would have won that race had the safety car not come out.
Wow. That would have been interesting.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
McLaren.
I'm waiting for some type of victory. I'm just
that's
happy.
What I'm saying.
I'm happy for podiums at the moment.
Yeah, don't write McLaren off at this stage.
Exactly.
I think that we can use constructors, and I think that if we had the car, obviously there's been car issues. I think Lando's season, if you look at with the DNFs, I know people are going to come for me because I think I'm just like super fan. But I think that Lando's season needs to be examined differently. And I think that his results have been very impressive with the situation that it has been, where they're learning the car.
Yeah,
they're not the manufacturer, so therefore you're at a disadvantage. But Mercedes have got problems now because you can't guarantee that they're going to be finishing the race. The same thing that was happening to other people is happening to them now, where cars aren't, the cars are not finishing the race.
Yeah, the drivers are only as good as the cars, genuinely.
Right.
And that's it. It's any driver can win this if their car is right. And I'm talking about the championship.
Yeah.
But the team's got to make sure the car's consistently there. No breakdowns. If driver error, that's fair enough. But it would be a shame for a driver to lose the championship based on the car that they're given. That would be a shame.
No one wants to see someone lose a championship out of reliability.
This is the season that could happen. So that's why I'm thinking that. I think team order is going to come in a bit earlier than you lot think.
Well, let's see.
I think it's not going to be over. It's not going to be who is it? Is to Fernando to Massa. It was like Fernando is faster than you. Yeah. They're not going to get. It's not going to be that. But I think that there's definitely had conversations already, because if you are Mercedes, you cannot lose this championship now. You cannot.
I think if Mercedes were to lose the championship this season, given what we've seen so far, I think it will be one of the biggest bottles in history. So
I'd love to be a fly in the wall at the Mercedes headquarters.
Well, everyone's going to be looking at what goes on there. All the conversations, every single time that Kimi wins and then Toto's on the podium with him.
Did you see? I can't remember which race it was after, and Kimi went to the Mercedes factory in England, and he did like a full team photo with all the team, and they used the catchphrase that they've got, which is every dream needs a team.
I think so.
Every
yes.
dream needs a team, and they posted that Kimi with the whole team. If I was George, I would be like, "What's going on?"
And then they've had to do cleanup now
Yeah.
with George, like a George appreciation post and things like that, and people aren't buying it. But remains to be seen.
I rate Kimi though. I rate him. I think he's a
highly
talent.
Way over George, highly.
Yeah, absolutely is.
I think he's on the way. I think his ceiling of where he can get to is going to be above.
He's still learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, gang, it is time for my favourite part of every show, because I love my merch, as you guys know. It is time for Fit Stop, brought to you by Velo. Mercedes and obviously Adidas have come out with Adidas to Americans. Drop with a nice, I don't know what type of blue it was, but it's like a nice light blue apparel for the summer. I don't think it's
a marina
for
blue
a
or
race.
whatever.
It's really, really nice.
That's a good description, actually. Marina
blue.
Yeah.
That's my pick. I literally saw that and I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
I need that. But what's taken your fancy in the Fit Stop?
So I saw last week that Alpine have done another mega drop with Duke and Dexter. And their stuff that they're doing at the moment is absolute fire. It's so good. I know that they did a collab with them, I think it was last year, but they've just dropped a new collection, and it's so nice. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Alpine, I think, are the team that are going to be on the up. I mean, the fact that they've got the Gucci as the title sponsor for next year.
I can't wait
that
for
merch
that.
is going to be mega, isn't it?
It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
I think
How much is it going to cost, though?
do you think they should feature on a Fit Stop every week, even though we've not seen anything?
Yeah, honestly. No, but it's funny because even the Alpine staff have done like a lot of work with Alpine over the last year, and even the staff have drip. They're all kicked out in Duke and Dexter, like their shoes are all Duke and Dexter.
But it's a really good collab. It looks sick.
It's
it looks
sick.
really cool.
Really good.
Oh, well, allow me to just reminisce a little bit, because not everyone gets to do this.
Yeah.
But when I was lucky enough to be invited by Gucci, when we was in Monaco, I went to my first ever Gucci party.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the law for Gucci beforehand. I understood it there.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my, like everyone just looked so beautiful. All the apparel, the clothing looked great. The scenery, you just felt like you was in some type of dream. So I can't wait to see their drip. And then we're going to keep on talking about it. It's definitely Seb and I in particular, because we want first dibs at that apparel.
Well, Gasly's excited.
Yes.
He's excited.
I bet
He
he
says
is.
that the stars are aligning, according to Gasly. So.
I bet he just can't wait to get rid of the BWT. No disrespect, no disrespect, but it's a livery that I don't know.
It's not changed in a few years.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's
never
hard to
really
work
has.
with.
It's never
That
really has
pink.
blown me away. So it's like I think he's going to enjoy having that as a Gucci as a sponsor.
Everything
It's
about
quite
them.
elite, isn't it?
Alpine, I'm just saying this to you in particular. We have rode with you through your Primark days, so please don't forget us when you get to the Gucci days.
Yeah,
Isn't that true?
absolutely. Yeah. Hey, listen, big up Primark. They've sorted us out.
Thank
a
you,
few times.
Primark. I appreciate that.
But no, you're going to be surprised with who I say, because it's not anyone we've ever spoke about before.
Okay.
F1 Paddock Club.
Ooh.
Now, I don't
yes.
know what the quality is like. I've not seen it myself. I've just seen it online. But a lot of their T-shirts, they look pretty sick. They're like buttoned up shirts. I like them. They've got little patches on them. It looks pretty retro. Race jackets and stuff.
I love
have
this
to check it
classic
out.
look, classic
Yeah.
The
race
retro
look.
look
The retro
is coming
vibe
back.
is
Yeah.
very
so
cool right
It's
now,
very
for
nice.
sure.
But yeah, F1 Paddock Club.
Like,
Nice.
honestly,
Well done, you guys.
they knocked it out of the park. They honestly, there's so much good F1 apparel.
It's cool.
Out. It's
Yeah.
It's shout out to all the people making apparel, and please feel free to send it all to us.
Yes,
we will wear
please.
it with pride.
You hear that, Gucci?
Right. Okay. What I want to talk about now is silly season. Now I know it's early. We're not even halfway through the season yet, technically. But allow me to dream a bit. Cause some trouble
Allow you to.
Yeah.
in their
One of
social
these-
media world.
One of these podcasts, it will officially be silly season.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be buzzing about
Well, I
it.
mean, we're almost there.
He's been
So,
talking about silly season since the first race.
honestly, straight away. I'm excited. So, Harry, I'm going to let you go first because you're the guest.
Yes.
So, silly season, we're looking forward to things now. Rumour mills happening. So, Haas have got rumours about people that look like they're trying out different rookies. And then, obviously, the ongoing saga with George and Max. Who would you say is your top 3 moves that you would say are most likely to happen?
Most likely to happen.
Most likely, in your opinion.
In my opinion, I think
So in order, let's do 3.
Max to Mercedes. That's my
you-
hot take.
Solid on that.
I'd like to see it, and I think if Mercedes are going to have the best car for the next couple of years, I'd like to see a Max move to Mercedes. I think it would be, as a race fan, I think it would be great to see. I think Max would, if Max was in that car right now, he would have won every single race,
Takeover,
apart
yeah.
from reliability. But I think he would walk away with the championship. It'd be like how things were in 23. Like he just would win the whole time.
And what's your second?
What other switches do I think that there potentially could be?
Anything with Alpine?
Who's-
Because there's a rumor, that Alonso might go to Alpine.
Oh, I did hear about this. Whether he might go back there. I don't know. I mean, Alonso. The fact that he is still driving at the age that he is, he's doing a phenomenal job as well.
Isn't he?
And
he's not that far more younger than or older than Lewis.
Yeah, he's just such a beast though. You know that he's going to get every last second out of
So would
any
you
car
move?
that he's in.
Would you stick or twist if you were him?
If I was here, I mean, I'd love to see Alonso go back to Alpine, especially with the Gucci collab. I mean, he'd just look right in that, wouldn't he? Flavio Briatore's back.
That's part of the allure, apparently.
Yeah.
I just don't know about Alonso anymore, you know. I think he's what team? No, please hear me out. He's announced that that's his last Barcelona race.
Yeah.
Now, is he talking about forever? Is he talking about just with Aston? Because that's a weird statement to put out.
Well, I did see that Barcelona is now switching with Spa. They're doing every other season. So maybe it was his.
Well, I mean,
I
the
think
rumor mill
he's gonna call it.
is. You think he's going to go?
I think he's going to call it. Yeah, because there's so many young up and coming drivers, very talented, fresh. Mm-hmm. Why would now a team bring in the old guy? I hate to call him that. I've got so much respect for Alonso. I love him. But why would they? Like, where's the logic in that?
But
I think he's still. He might not be at the very, very top of his game.
Yeah.
But Alonso at, let's say, 95% of what he is still probably better than the majority. Of
I would agree
that are out there, or other drivers that are out there. So.
But how are we ever going to know while he's in the Aston?
We're not in that Aston.
How is he going?
Because there's some Alonso loyalists.
Oh no, I love Alonso.
If he was in a decent car, if he was in, let's say he was in an Alpine car or something else, then he would be making moves.
Listen, we hope so.
I'm going to put one in.
Yeah.
And pause.
Whatever you're going to go with that.
I can help that.
I'm getting. I'll be you tomorrow. You'll be the doctor for me tomorrow.
Is Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is not happy. His dad is not happy. This is allegedly, before anyone moans at me. And he's looking to move. So maybe it might be between Audi or I think Alpine would be a good move for him. Now, don't get me wrong. Colapinto's not done anything wrong, but it just looks like
both of the drivers are fine at Alpine, though.
I think Gucci's going to want a name. And if you're looking at, like Carlos Sainz, like, come on, like, I was shocked that he had more followers than Lando. And he is very much loved by the ladies.
Yeah.
So you want someone like him to front your campaign.
I think that's a really good shout, actually. And with the way that the Williams is performing at the moment, I mean, this was meant to be their season, right? James Vowles, don't judge us right now. Judge us on 26. And they've dropped off. And a driver like him, with his caliber, needs to be in a better car.
Gucci might want an Italian driver. I don't know if I'm just pulling something just out the sky, but do you think that could be a possibility?
Well, I don't. Is there one?
Who have you got in F2 that they could potentially?
Yeah, but you need a name.
I don't know.
Like, you need a name to move things.
I agree.
But we will see. Now, what we'll do another time is we want you guys to start voting on your Hall of Fame livery, your GOAT livery, as the kids say now. So I want people to be able to kind of vote for their favorite one. Now, we've been waxing lyrical about several different ones, but mine obviously is a Mercedes W11. Now, what's yours?
Mine will either be, it's a tough one. Mine would probably be the Ayrton Senna McLaren from early 90s,
That's not
basically.
fair, you pulled that one out.
1990, 1989,
That's
1988. Nice. That Dayglow McLaren was just, you look at that and just think Ayrton Senna Formula One, and it's epic. Right,
before we wrap up, we do want you guys at home and on social media to vote for your favourite livery, your GOAT livery. And but you know what? We've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Harry, for stepping in and Sam, officially your place is under threat here. That's for
that's our Sam.
I'm joking, Sam.
There's space for 4.
Yeah, you've got to come back, bro.
I will, for sure. No, thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you, brother.
Honestly.
I appreciate that.
Of course, man.
Well,
gang, keep on posting us, keep on talking, keep the conversations going, and thank you so much for loving us and supporting us. I really appreciate it. We will catch you guys next time. Peace.